Mother's mother died of breast cancer at the age of 62, and her sister was also diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 38. I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 45. I was complaining of sore breasts, went for my mammograms every single year, and my last mammogram was in January of 2007 and February of 2007, sorry. And they had told me that I had a lot of cysts in both breasts and not to worry and to come back in a year or two. I sent all my results to some other doctors. I had 3 more opinions, and some of the doctors recommended that since I had a lot of cysts in my right breast, that I should remove both. So I did decide to remove both breasts. I've had a bilateral. And with that, I've decided not to have reconstruction. If I would go through reconstruction, I would have to go through 4 more surgeries and in the amount of 2 years, and I'd be more limited than what I am now. I went to Hippocrates Health Institute out in Florida, and there was a specialist there talking about lymphedema. I'd asked him a question, and he had asked me to come down and that he was going to examine me. So I went, and he says, you have to remove your top if you want me to examine you. So I removed my top, and that was one of the hardest things that I could have ever done. There were 75 people in the room. The moment I removed my top, the room went silent. I was extremely surprised in the reaction of other people. It's not what I thought. I thought that I was disgusting and that nobody would ever want to look at me, but that is not the reaction that I got. The following day, everybody approached me and said to me how courageous I was and how beautiful I was, and I was extremely surprised at their reaction and what they were saying to me. I went to see the director, and I decided that I wanted to write an article about my experience. It was the most beautiful experience that I've ever had. I did write an article, but I decided that I wanted to reveal myself. I wanted women to see, and men to see, how we do look, that we don't need to have breasts to be a woman, that we are able to feel comfortable within ourselves and be happy and just be proud that we're cancer free, that we do not have to have breasts. I want women to understand that just because we've had breast cancer and that we've lost our breasts doesn't mean that we have to be ashamed of ourselves, that we have to hide. We should be proud of who we are and be proud that we've survived this and that we no longer have cancer and that we could go without breasts. And I know how uncomfortable it is at times to wear prosthesis, and we don't always want to wear prosthesis, but to feel free within ourselves, and for the young girls to realize that they don't have to have implants to feel more sexy and that boys and men are going to want them. Men want you for your eyes, for your smile, for your personality, and the person that you are within yourself. You don't need to have breasts to feel beautiful. You could be beautiful within yourself. That's what makes a woman. A woman does not need to have breasts to be beautiful.
I decided to have my mastectomy after a very long process. I've been living with the knowledge of BRCA and having this genetic disposition for 10 years. And finally, with my children and the support of my family, I just made the final decision to have surgery and take control of my own health and not wait for cancer to take hold of me, and be proactive on everything from my decision-making process and living on with my life in a healthy format. I launched HBOC Ottawa, Hereditary Breast and Ovarian Cancer Ottawa, 2 years ago after I felt that I no longer wanted to be alone in my decision-making process, and I knew that there had to be other women like me out there. 2 years now we've been meeting monthly, and we have 20 active members in our group. We talk anywhere from decision-making processes to surgeries, to pain help, and just a general support and camaraderie for women who are faced with very difficult decisions, whether to have a mastectomy, whether to have a oophorectomy, a full hysterectomy, The decisions are long and are very hard to make. So, with the support of other women like ourselves, we're able to help a lot of women. I know that there must be other women out there faced with difficult decisions who feel just as alone as I did, and hence why the group was launched. And I do hope that as the word gets out, that more and more women realize that they're not alone and there is help for them.